You mentioned in the film that you do suffer from PTSD, that you do have sometimes trouble sleeping because of some of the images that you've seen, and that other photojournalists who've either been on the front lines in Iraq or wherever also go through the same thing. Can you talk about that, when that first started, and how you handle it and continue with this beautiful work?
Sure. There are a lot of journalists around the globe who are witnessing atrocities, and we embed ourselves and we see it for long periods of time. And that, of course, the natural response, I think, is to have a really big emotional toll on a lot of us. So that's what happened to me, and I realized one morning waking up that the first thought in my head was of a pig in a gestation crate, and no one should wake up with that as the first thought in their head. And so I sought some help, and that was great. And she gave me, through therapy, gave me some tools to get out of that rut. We get in all sorts of ruts, and so mine was always thinking about my work and the awful things happening. So instead of just being in that rut and living there, she gave me tools to refocus and to identify when I was just living in a state of trauma. So I now have the tools to not live that way. And activists, this comes back to, not just me and journalists, but empathetic people who know what's going on and how much suffering there is. And we really carry the weight of that. But you can't flourish and you can't be happy in a general way when you're feeling those things all the time. So there are tools, and we need to think about, being happy and working on that, whatever it means to you. Lots of time to yourself, community, sleeping enough, anything that you need to be happy. We need to do that. And we think, how can I be happy when there's so much suffering? But the fact is that people burn out. It's a very real thing. People burn out and compassion fatigue, and then they can't be effective, whether as spokespersons or activists in the field. So we really, and I learned the hard way, we really need to look after ourselves as journalists, as activists, so that we can continue on these great missions that we're on.